Hello and welcome to Blasted Rock. This is a classic game. Two very good players. We got Attack Set and Gitzi. Set going with Cybran. Of course, Cybran on a map that's this small might make it a little difficult for him. Of course, Setton's too bad. I don't think he plays anymore. He's an excellent player both on Setton and then these maps, which is quite rare. Of course, Gitzi I don't think he played for the last 2-3 years. So this is, I believe, 2009. Scores 3599. And 5 mask extractors on each one of these positions. It's quite a bit of mass early plus some reclaim. Symmetric map. Civs in the middle, and here we got a mech marine versus a hunter coming out early. Looks like the two players just run past each other. A little bit of health advantage for mech marine to begin with, but both units survive. Mech marine for Gitzi continues. There is protection for this engineer from Setton. This mech marine is just gonna run away. And elsewhere we see a kill of that hunter from Setton. And now finally a kill on the mech marine. So both players losing their first light assault bots. Engineer for Setton picks up a little bit of mass, going after the Hydra before the mask extractor here in this little pocket. Also an engineer going out to the top. Kind of sneaky here, getting another chunk of mass, mask extractor. Protection from multiple hunters. So quite a few hunters from Setton early on, and a lot of mech marines from Gitzi. See third land here from Gitzi. Third land and a whole bunch more coming from Setton. Setton going to the bottom with his ACU. Gitzi still not very clear. Got an engineer assisting the ACU, but not clear which way direction he's going to go. This is going to be a nice Hydra here for Setton. It's just a single engine, actually 2 engineers now. Looks like air after that Hydra. That's one good thing about this map. You don't actually have to make too much P-gens if you can get one of these pockets with the Hydra. Spam a whole bunch of units. Or if you want to go air like Setton here. And looks like Setton's ACU quite aggressive here. Picks up a first kill here against the mech marine, one shot. Up on top, numbers for Gitzi. And mech marines, 2 mech marines, 2 tanks, forces 2 manti to retreat. The manti survive barely with any health. Still a sneaky engineer in the back. ACU for Setton. Trying to get a mask extractor directly in front of Gitzi's base. That's not going to survive for too long. Gitzi moves in. And this is a good move here from Setton. Attacking with ACU, allowing a whole bunch of units to come in, stop production of a Hydra, kill a mask extractor and engineer. Up on top, still looks like numbers for Gitzi, but good manti running through. But this should be able, this force should be able to recover the position for Gitzi. The bottom is completely taken over by Setton. We are seeing the map basically divided in this direction. This is a very secure Hydra, however, for Setton plus a bomber. So excellent positioning from Setton. Looks like he's also going to pick up this mask extractor in this pocket, denying this pocket for Gitzi, although he should be able to pick that up eventually. Also a Hydra here symmetrically from Gitzi. So very secure Hydras here in the back of each player's base. We might also see the civs get destroyed here shortly. Now here comes the bombers from Setton's. Got interceptor there as well to spot. Looks like engineer was the target. We'll see flak come out. Perhaps an attack from Setton. Looks pretty successful. He's got good numbers. More numbers coming in, and now some strikers pulling up to the top. Good aggressive play from Setton so far. On the bottom here, of course, a point defense, and looks like the gun upgrade for Gitzi. The gun upgrade is going to be very dangerous against Setton. It's been a very even fight here with each player winning the next battle. Looks like Setton forced to retreat, and so much mass being accumulated here in the reclaim. So many Rex engineers moving in that direction. Looks like they're going to pick up the mask extractors. Be nice to see one of these engineers just move over here and Get all that free stuff. Here comes the ACU with a gun on it. And Seton is going to have to respect this. He is going to retreat. We're seeing map control shift in Gitzi's favor. We're also seeing Tech 2 land here from Seton. Tech 2 point defenses. Some hoplites. Have to be very careful against an ACU with the gun, and extremely even on top. But the Manta looks like slightly better micro there from Seton, able to win it. Very crucial for Seton given that he just lost his expansion. And Tech 2 point defense versus gun, 12 kills for Gitzi. Seton with 2. But numbers here advantage. Tech 2 versus numbers and gun. And a Tech 2 point defense. More Tech 2 point defenses going up for Seton. Middle still not taken by anybody, but here on top, together with the Tech 2 unit, the hoplite together with Manti, taking over, plus an engineer ready to take over these mass extractor. A sneaky Mantis. Very important. 6 kills in that Mantis. It's a good veteran. He's going to take out a Hydra and a mass extractor. Seton continues to push with a Tech 2 point defense creep. Gitzi moves into the middle with his ACU. Is going to get that free mass. Of course, the gunned ACU can outrange Tech 1 point defense. Some hoplites here running a little too close to these strikers, but survive. Seton able to make good progress on both sides, but once again, Gitzi looks to recover. Mantis 7 kills, working on the Hydra for the 8th. And a single Tech 2 hoplite, 13 kills. He's gonna have to get a little bit of assistance coming. On the bottom, Seton once again recovers, and now map control shifting in Seton's favor. Of course, this reclaim has to be taken as soon as possible. Looks like that point defense finally destroyed. And once again, hoplite here with 1 kill has to retreat. A few mask extractors, 3 mask extractors. Still alive for Seton, should be killed pretty quickly by Gitzi. Gitzi now with Tech 2 point defenses of his own. 20 kills in the ACU. Tech 2 land. And Mongoose coming out. So this fight slowly shifting to the Tech 2 stage with Tech 2 point defenses on the bottom. And Seton picking up a little bit of free mass. And eventually these two Tech 2 point defenses are going to be in range of each other. Up on top looks like yet another victory for Seton. He's just got a little too much Tech 2 here. See the hoplites. But a Mongoose should be able to recover. Actually, it looks like Gitzi deciding to go to the top with his ACU, so abandoning the bottom. Assuming that this point defense can do the trick. So far doing a pretty good job. And of course now Seton is going to have to respect the ACU with 22 kills. Here at minute 13, Seton has reclaimed 38,000, pretty good eco, under 5,000 power plus 34 mass. And Gitzi here reclaimed 48,000, 4,800. Looks like he's getting quite a bit of reclaim at this point, and very even mass, very even power. Looks like dead even power from both these players. A bit of an air fight now, which is also extremely even. Still this flag for civs doing their job, but now we're seeing missiles. And mobile missile launchers definitely they're better for Cybran. Cybran do have the advantage of Tech 2 with these mobile missile launchers. Very difficult to shoot down. And some of these Tech 2 point defenses now getting destroyed. Up on top, a push from Seton. But he's running into this ACU pretty much full health, 50 kills. He's going to get a few more, 55. Big losses for Seton up on top, but very dangerous situation here on the bottom. Some Mongoose here trying to defend. But these mobile missile launchers, just too much pressure against these point defenses. TMD being built by Gitzi trying to defend, but eventually as these numbers grow, it's going to be very difficult for Gitzi not to die here. He needs to get a shield as soon as possible. We're actually seeing TMD directly being attacked, so it's still just a Tech 1 point defense. The Mongoose protecting the ACU for Seton. Here 11 kills, pushing forward. But now Gitzi's ACU perhaps looking directly into Seton's base, and Gitzi taking over the top. Looks like he's going to have this secure for a while, given this ACU, preventing any kind of push. Still, this chunk of mass has been there forever, not picked up by either player. Very busy. Gitzi 71 kills. Some sneaky Manti here in the back. Got past the ACU. Can do some good damage. And now a shield going up for Gitzi, realizing it's really all he can do against all that mobile missile launcher. But Gitzi continues to get more and more veterancy here. 88 kills. Seton sacrificing quite a few units, but now take to point defense for Seton. So Seton moving out with take to point defenses in all directions. More sneaky Manti plus a hoplite takes out Hydro plus the mass extractor, and that was the only Hydro for Gitzi. We gotta say this area has been extremely secure for Seton, really in no danger this entire game. A lot of power here plus a interceptor spam. With the shield, Gitzi has a lot of power needs. Looks like he's gonna try to take care of this with some Tech 1 power. Big loss here, but the Mongoose will take care of it. Gitzi with 89 kills, picking up free mass. And let's see what the plans are for these two players. They need to do something different. We're kind of stuck here at the Tech 2 stage. Looks like Tech 3 land now coming up for Seton. Looking at his eco, he's got a single Tech 2 mass extractor, so not too much teching. Pretty good air still, but very even. And still just Tech 2 land, not too much teching at all for Gitzi. Gitzi moving in, forcing this engineer to retreat, so still all this mass is available for either player. Gitzi pushing forward, 93 kills, but Tech 2 point defense is now for Seton, forcing Gitzi's ACU back. Of course, interceptors here for Seton, spotting any units. Seton no upgrades, getting up a pretty good force, but this will be very difficult to break. Very good defensive position there for Gitzi with a shield. And yet another push, very timely push there from Seton, while the ACU's gone to the middle, finally going to pick up this mass. Seton makes the push into the middle. The Mongoose are still surviving. Looks like the EF is actually gonna be successful there. So all that's happened is Seton left a few more wrecks in Gitzi's expansion. Of course, now with Tech 3 land, we are seeing artillery, and that should be interesting. So artillery can reach most of this map. Of course, shield still protects against it, but can shoot around the shield. Gitzi picking up some mass structures in the middle, but very nice mass boost for Gitzi. Still quite a few wrecks here that Gitzi is picking up. And I hear minute 20. Gitzi with 11,000 mass picked up, quite a bit in the bank as well. Seton with the 8,400, so about 2,000 extra for Gitzi. And now here comes the artillery. And of course, Cybran artillery with that big splash. It's a nice position. It had 29 kills. It's basically shooting blind there. Can't see. And choosing to attack a position that has no shields. It's always a good choice. Gitzi's gonna have to do something about this, otherwise he's gonna be in trouble. One good choice against Tech 3 artillery. You can see the health on one of these is 1105. So you basically need 6 Tech 1 bombs, and that's definitely cost effective based on how much damage this thing does. Shield going up for Seton. Gitzi being kind of courageous here in the middle. No Tech 3 land from Gitzi. Can't say that Seton has had more mass in this game. He's just got one extra Tech 2 mass extractor, and the reclaim's actually gone into Gitzi's favor, so not clear what Gitzi spent all that mass on, given how much mass Seton has spent on his Tech 3. And Gitzi has been getting quite a bit of kills here with his ACU, so a lot of veterancy. So not clear why Gitzi is really being outplayed here with his Tech 3. Tech 3 land, putting Gitzi in a very difficult position. So I'm expecting Gitzi to do something good here. But I'm not really seeing where that's going to come from. Yes, you could say this a lot more power for Set in this entire game. This has been pretty secure for Set and not a lot of fighting, but Gitzi should have been able to compensate quite well with all this reclaim. Plus, Gitzi took all the mass from the middle. And here comes Tech 2 power from Gitzi. And yet another shield. Gitzi trying to get some adjacency to keep it going. The usual power drain on the shield is 200, down to 166. But none of the artillery. Plus, of course, here we got the loyalists. Nice TMD. 36 kills on this arty. 3 kills on the mobile missile launcher. No kills on this arty yet, but I'm sure we'll get quite a bit soon. More tech to point defense for Gitzi. More artillery coming up for Seton. Seton probably feels he's got pretty good positioning, and he can just spam artillery and bomb Gitzi into submission. Let's see if Gitzi allows this to happen. If Gitzi gets enough power, he can just defend with shields. And then with Tech 3 land or Tech 3 engineer for UEF, he definitely has a good advantage with Tech 3 PD. Tech 3 anti-air now coming up for Seton. But Gitzi's got to do something quick here. Gitzi going in the middle, trying to get some of that free mass. Gonna get hit by Tech 2 point defense. 38 kills on this unit, very good unit. Still 36 kills. Looks like the shield is doing its job. It looks like about to get Tech 3 land for Gitzi. Tech 3 EF land, of course the Percy's very dominant. They also have T3 artillery of their own. Saw some scouting there from Seton here, minute 27. Multiple shields for Gitzi trying to survive. Looks like a total of 3 arties shooting, or perhaps 4. And the units for Gitzi are artillery of his own. So it looks like he's gonna make this a T3 versus T3 arty fight. But he's definitely behind by a few artilleries. More shields coming up for Gitzi. Of course, shields for UEF slightly better than the ones for Cybran. See the health on this one's 4,000 health minus 175, and of course this one right here 9,000 health minus 200. If you do that math in your head, much better value for how much power is spent for UEF. And actually it looks like Tech 3 factory here being targeted. Tech 2 power is complete for Gitzi. He should get a couple more shields. He needs to get this shield up as soon as possible because this factory unable to produce anything being targeted. Of course this does allow these 2 shields to recharge. Now Gitzi firing back. I just saw a unit here right there. Here it's firing back. 8 kills. Actually going after these units. A shield planned here for Seton. And more power coming up for Seton. Successful shields for Gitzi, extremely important. Save this Tech 3 factory. More shields going up. This will be very timely. Successful. This should be a secure area now for Gitzi. Perhaps the only good targets now are these factories, which are not actually being used. Everything else is very much protected. Bricks now for Seton. So as long as Seton avoids the ACU here with the gun, he should be in good shape. Perhaps use the bricks on the bottom. It's basically a clear path directly into Gitzi's base, and this Tech 1 point defense is dead. No point defense here, just a few tanks, and with bricks they will do a lot of damage. Of course, Tech 2 point defense not going up before Gitzi. Good scouting from Seton, and I'm expecting this Tech 3 force. There's loyalists and bricks to run Gitzi over now. Gitzi's been behind most of this game. And where's the ACU for Gitzi? Fighting in the middle, running into some point defense. It looks like a major move here from Set, moving all of his Tech 3 down, actually combining all of his Tech 3 artillery here in the middle. Quite a few kills for these units. Multiple RDs for Gitzi. He's gonna deploy these now. Looks like he's targeting this area. And here comes the Tech 3 force from Seton. And all this power, if that power goes, the shields go. That would allow the RD to clean up in a simultaneous attack here from different directions. Take one here on top, which allows. That was a very good attack. The shields went down. This is all completely lost now for Gitzi. And on the bottom, Tech 3 dominating. All the shields are dead, targeting the Tech 3 factory. And if that goes, it's basically over. Gitzi's ACU, even though it can overcharge, it won't be able to do much against the RD now without any shields. And excellent work from Seton here, minute 35. Wins it at the end with the quicker Tech 3. But otherwise it's been an extremely even game. And perhaps if Gitzi could have survived a little longer, got a little better tech, he would have won it with UEF. So this is perfect timing. This is where Cybran is really good. Here with Tech 3. 129 kills for Gitzi's ACU, but now with bricks. Very dangerous. Still a Hydro alive, so he should be able to overcharge. But there goes Gitzi, 131 kills here. Coming up minute 36. Hopefully people enjoy this one.